Greetings and good evening from Kaukauna High School, site of tonight's check that. It's not a playoff game, it's a regular season game. Fox Valley Association girls basketball showdown, two of the top teams in the state going at it. It's the 5th-ranked Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts hosting 3rd-ranked Hortonville Polar Bears. How's it going, everybody? I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin, also the Post Crescent. Thank you so much for joining us for another varsity game of the week basketball live stream. Joining me as always, one of the members of the stream team, Jim Rosandick, is hanging out with me to my left. We call him Rosie. He's making sure he's got the high definition cameras looking good tonight. We've got a secret weapon next to Rosie. We're just going to call him Sam. We're not going to reveal his full identity. And also hanging out with me, Ricardo Arguello, actually off this week, taking a much-needed breather. So we went back to the bullpen. We got the burly right-hander. Actually, we're going to call him our Rusty Staub, right? Our pinch hitter extraordinaire. We got the honorary member of our stream team, Mike Sherry, Post Crescent Sports Editor, USA Today Network Wisconsin, Sports Content Editor, all those. I don't know how many titles you got, Mike, but you got a lot. But this is a good game, right? This is one of the games of the night in the state. Two of the top 5 teams in Division I. As I mentioned, the Polar Bears, number 3, the Galloping Ghosts, number 5. And just another Friday night for us. Doesn't matter what sport we're doing. It's always, it seems like two of the best in the state going at it. Should be a good one.
Yeah, it seems like I always get called out of the bullpen for big games, so I'm excited. Hey, Ricardo can take off whenever he wants. If I can get to come watch games like this, helped out during a couple of the football playoff games, and now we get, I don't think any question, this is the best game of the night in the state of Wisconsin for girls basketball for sure.
Yeah, we don't miss Ricardo. If you're listening, we don't miss you, all right? Because anytime Mike is here, it always comes down to the bitter end. And that's exactly what we are expecting tonight. Two teams that can hurt you in a lot of ways. Saw Kaukauna earlier in the season when they beat Bayport right before Thanksgiving. And, Mike, that defense, defensive intensity, they create so much offense based on their defense with the turnovers. They don't care where the ball is on the floor. They're in the ball handler's face. And I know talking to A.C. Clothier, the first-year head coach, a familiar face, though, back, but with Hortonville, he's expecting that both teams are going to get up and down the floor, a little run and gun. So we might see a high-scoring game tonight, and why not? That should be a good time.
Two very athletic teams, Brett. You mentioned it. You know Hortonville is athletic, and Kaukauna doesn't take a backseat to anybody as far as athleticism goes. So you said it. It's going to be fast-paced, up and down, and in-your-face defense, and a lot of three-pointers probably raining in tonight. Both teams shoot it well, so should be a high-scoring game. As good as the defenses are, the offenses are that good too. So it'll be interesting to see what prevails tonight. Will the defenses, win out over the offense, or will the offenses be able to attack the defenses?
A lot of skill, a lot of talent on both sides. Very good coaches that have state-level experience. Obviously, we'll talk about those guys. We'll talk about all these kids and go from there. But let me do the game notes. I'm going to start out with Kaukauna. I'm going to then pass the baton over to Mike. He'll take care of Hortonville. Let's talk about the Galloping Ghosts. 7-0 overall, 4-0 in the Fox Valley Association. The Ghosts ranked 5th, as I said, in Division I in this week's SwissSports.net State Coaches Poll. They're coming off an 86-70 victory over Appleton East on Tuesday in a Fox Valley Association game at Appleton. Alana Zarnicki had a big night for Kaukauna. She poured in a game-high 30 points on 9 of 15 shooting. Also knocked down 6 threes, added 8 steals, and 7 rebounds. A fantastic player, one of the top players in the FVA. Alexa Kinnis chipped in with 11 points and 6 rebounds. She knocked down all 4 of her field goal attempts, which included 3 threes. That game, by the way, was tied 40-40 at the half, and the Ghosts outscoring the Patriots 46-30 over the final 18 minutes. Kaukauna hit 12 triples and outscored Appleton East 14-5 from the free throw line. Defensively, the Ghosts with 15 steals. On the season, Kinnis, she's the top scorer at 19.6 points per game. That ranks 4th in the FBA. She's shooting 61% overall. Talk about a player that gets a lot of stuff from the steal transition, a lot of layups for Alexa. A fantastic athlete. We'll talk about her. Zarnicki, she's next at 15.3 points. She's shooting 45% overall, 44% from three-point range, where her 17 threes lead the team. Addison Baumgart is third at 11.9 points. She's shooting 43% overall and has hit 12 triples. Don't forget about Savannah Robinson. She's also averaging in double figures in scoring. 11.3 points. She's shooting 51% overall. And then Josie Jupstrom's 13 threes ranks second on the team. She's shooting 62% from three-point land. Zarnicki and Josie Eben, the top rebounders at 5 per game. Baumgart is next at 4.7 boards per game. Kinnis and Zarnicki are the team leaders in assists at 4.3 and 4 per game, respectively. Kinnis's assist average ranks third in the league. Now looking at the team stats, Kaukauna shooting 49% overall, 42% from three-point range, and 70% from the free throw line. Opponents are shooting just 39% overall and 32% from three. The Ghosts are also out-rebounding their opponents 30.6 to 19 per game, averaging also 17.1 steals per game. And then looking at the scoreboard, Kaukauna averaging 75.1 points per game and allowing 47.6. Mike, it's your turn. Tell us all about the Polar Bears.
Thanks, Brett. The Polar Bears are ranked third in Division I in this week's WisSports.net state coaches poll. They're coming off an 81-58 victory over Fond du Lac on Tuesday in an FVA game in Fond du Lac. Hortonville raced out to a 49-27 halftime lead and cruised from there. Rainey Wilson and Callie Pepler finished with 19 points apiece to pave the way. Wilson knocked down 5 three-pointers and was 7 of 14 from the field. She also posted 5 assists. Pepler, meanwhile, shot 7 of 9 from the field and had 6 rebounds. Also finishing in double figures was Trinity McCadlow with 16 points. She was 5 of 7 from the field and had 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Hortonville shot 49% and assisted on 18 of its 27 field goals. The Polar Bears also outscored the Cardinals 33-15 from three-point range. For the season, Brett, Wilson is the team leader in scoring at 18.2 points per game. That ranks 5th in the conference. She's shooting 45% overall and 46 from three-point, where her 22 three-pointers lead the way. Pepler is next for Hortonville at 13.8 points per game. She's shooting 51% from the field. McCadlow is third in scoring at 9 points a game, and her 12 three-pointers rank second on the team. Michaela Werner is the Polar Bears' top rebounder at 8.2 per game. Pepler is next at 7.8, and Wilson is dishing out 3.6 assists per game to lead the team. As a team, Hortonville shooting 43% overall and 38% from three-point range and are 71% from the free throw line. The Polar Bears are also out-rebounding the opponents 34.2 to 22.6 per game and averaging 12.5 assists and 9 steals per game. For the team, Hortonville is averaging 68.3 points and allowing 44.3 points per game.
Game notes for both Kaukauna and Hortonville. Kaukauna again 7-0 overall, 4-0 in the FVA. Hortonville 8-0 and 4-0. And Mike, when you look at the FVA, it's really emerged as kind of what we thought, right? A three-team race. You look at Nina as well, undefeated on the season. Nina 7-0 and 4-0, ranked number 2, I believe, in the state of Wisconsin. We'll talk about the FVA and kind of, I mean, you got 3 teams that ranked in the top 5 in this league, and then there's going to be beating up on each other by the time the playoffs come around. The Rockets, by the way, they're hosting Oshkosh West tonight. Oshkosh West off to a nice start, 6-2 on the season, 2-2. So not a gimme game for the Rockets by any stretch.
You said it's a 3-team race, and that very well could be as far as who's going to win the championship. There may be 3 teams, but it's such a deep conference that any given night, it's so cliche, but especially in the FVA for girls basketball, any given night, any team can knock off another team. There are no easy games.
Yeah, talking about that with AC Clothier, the Polar Bears coach. He's back in the high school game and kind of talking about the depth of this league. And yeah, those 3 teams are going to get the big headlines, but there's a lot of talent on a lot of these other teams, a lot of college level talent. So you're going to be battle tested by the time you hit playoff time after you get through this league schedule. So we're going to get to the presentation of the colors here and then the national anthem. After that, we'll do the starting 5s for both teams and tip this game off.
Tonight, the Kaukauna girls basketball program would like to express their gratitude to the educators that have shaped our student athletes' lives. These educators have gone beyond the daily classroom lessons to build relationships with our youth. You have supported our student athletes when they needed it, pushed them when they thought they could not, and listened to them when others would not. We thank you for being there for our Kaukauna students. Your dedication, enthusiasm, and effort have not gone unnoticed. Tonight we celebrate you as a person and professional. We acknowledge the lasting impact you have had on our student athletes and thank you for all that you have done. Both schools in the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at educational-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments or other intimidating or taunting actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Please enjoy the game in a positive manner. At this time, to honor our country and those who are fighting to defend our freedom, we ask that you please stand if you are able, remove your headwear, and face the flag as the VFW Electric City Post 3319 present the colors and the Kaukauna Pet Band under the direction of Mr. Jacob Martin plays our national anthem. 5'9" sophomore, number 4, Rainey Wilson.
All right. Again, thank you, everybody watching tonight. Big game in the FBA, big game in the state. Hortonville and Kaukauna ready to tip off in a moment. Going to give you the starting fives for both teams. For the Polar Bears, 5'9" sophomore guard, number 4, Rainey Wilson. 6-foot junior forward, number 13, Michaela Werner. A 5'8" senior guard, number 21, Trinity McCodlow. A 6-foot junior forward, number 22, Callie Pepler. And a 5'7" senior guard, number 35, Kira Funk. That's Wilson, Werner, McCodlow, Pepler, and Funk for AC Clothiers, Hortonville Polar Bears. For the Galloping Ghosts, a 5'8" junior guard, number 2, Alexa Kinnis. A 6'1" sophomore forward, number 4, Addison Baumgart. 5'8" sophomore guard, number 12, Savannah Robinson. 5'10" sophomore forward, number 23, Josie Eben. And a 6'1" senior forward, number 24, Alana Zarnicki. That's Kinnis, Baumgart, Robinson, Eben, and Zarnicki for Joe Russum's Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. Thanks to our sponsor, Cellcom. Hey, everybody, 'tis the season to save. Switch to Cellcom and get up to $650 per line. Plus, save $200 on all smartphones and get a free smartwatch with a new smartphone line activation. Learn more at cellcom.com/holiday. Also, want to give a shout out to Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Get your team, club, or business name out there with Cooney's. They have, they customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Family owned for 20 years. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Delivery service is available. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS0922 at sbcglobal.net. Kaukauna in the home white, Hortonville in the road black. The toss, the tap, and the Polar Bears with the basketball. Good crowd here on a Friday night. Mike, we were talking, we were lamenting, right, that the FBA goes boys and girls on the same night. There's a steal right out of the chute. Savannah Robinson over to Kinnis, and there's that defense on full display. Little backdoor, good block, though. I thought Kinnis maybe had the baseline shot. Nice bounce pass. Scoop shot underneath. Ooh, tough acrobatic shot, and that's number 22, Pepler, with the first bucket of the night. But to finish that thought, it'd be nice if they could switch it up a little bit, Mike, right? And have the boys and girls playing opposite nights and get an even bigger crowd here.
Yeah, that's something we've talked about for years. It'd be nice if they could do that. There's only so many nights in the week where they can fit all these games in, and we certainly understand that. But you said pretty good crowd here tonight, despite plenty of other games to choose from.
Should be a good crowd. Number 3 and number 5 at it in the state. Hard pressed to find a better girls matchup anywhere in the state of Wisconsin. And as Ricardo and I like to talk about, Mike, we're always so lucky, right? Doesn't matter the sport. You got top-level talent on display in this league. Scoop shot by Robinson. How about that? That, Mike, that looks like one of your shots in YMCA ball, huh?
She's a little quicker than me.
McCodlow with a quick bucket, and Hortonville coach AC Clothier, he was not fooling around when he told me that he expects this game to be up and down. Already a fast start to this one. Two of the state's best going at it. Deep three for Zarnicki.
She's not afraid to put it up, that's for sure.
Well, again, 30 points against Appleton East on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I think she made 6 3-pointers in that game against the Patriots.
Yeah, committed to Division II St. Cloud State. She also had D2 offers from Bemidji State, Florida Southern, Minnesota State Mankato, and Wayne State College. So St. Cloud State getting a good one. There's Kinnis with the steal. She's going to try to take it all the way. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line. Callie Pepler with the foul. Speaking of college level talent, Callie Pepler, a bunch of Division I offers already. I'll list those here in a moment as Kinnis makes the first. Yeah, Cleveland State, DePaul, Eastern Illinois, UW Green Bay, Indiana State, Providence, and Toledo.
Just to name a few.
Just
I'm
to
sure
name a few,
plenty more coming.
Of course, her sister Cammie, right, at UW Milwaukee now. True freshman year. Standout at Hortonville. And I think she's already appeared in all 10 of the Panthers games. 6 starts for Cammie. I wonder if she's watching tonight. If you are, hope you're doing well. That's Ricardo's school. Good start to this one, even at 4 apiece as we look at our cell comp. Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Got to thank Nate Werner, the athletic director here. Always does a great job making sure we're good to go. Appreciate him letting us be here tonight. Tough shot for Zarnicki, and Pepler on the run. Little floater, and does she get the kind bounce? Nope. A fun style of play, isn't it? You're not going to be walking it up and down the floor too much. You're getting out on the run and showcasing the ability to run and the athleticism as well.
Well, we talked about before the game. All the passes are contested. You can't be lazy with your passes because everybody's in the passing lane.
Yeah, both sides. How about that triple? That's Josie Eben, the game's first three-pointer of the night, goes to the Ghosts, and Eben spotting up from the wing and knocks it down.
She's one of 3 sophomores in the starting lineup for the Ghosts tonight, Brett.
Yeah, both these teams are young, right? I mean, we're going to see some pretty good talent here in the next few years with all the young players on the floor. You look at Eva Nina as well with Allie Zabel, only a junior, the UConn commit. McCodlow lets one fly, no good, and the rebound goes to the Ghosts. Savannah Robinson with the basketball. I was so impressed with her when we were here for that Bayport game. Does so much of the little stuff. And look at Kinnis. She's got 4 Mike textbook work there, just using that pivot foot, kind of turning until she had the space, and nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, she's 5'8". She's not your typical post player, but as you said, excellent footwork to free herself up for that shot.
Foul number 24.
Zarnicki picks up the foul. Rainey Wilson will be shooting a pair. And, I was looking at WisSports.net today, and surprisingly, I don't see any college offers listed yet for Rainey Wilson, but she is a Division I talent.
Yeah, well, she's only a sophomore, so she's got plenty of time to get some offers.
Well, she'll get plenty, I'm sure, when all's said and done. She's one of the top players in the Fox Valley Association, and just a sophomore, as Mike said. Another three-pointer, rims out. That was a pretty good look for Baumgart. Just couldn't get it to fall. Pepler, nice catch by McCodlow. McCodlow lets it fly. McCodlow, a Division II recruit, going to play at Lynn University, Boca Raton. She's wide. She doesn't have to worry about all this winter weather, Mike, once she gets to the next level. Nice feed from Kinnis, and that is in. That's number 0, Taryn Christopher with the bucket. She was out when we were here against Bayport, nursing a little bit of an injury. Nice steal by Baumgart, fronting the post, and a steal back. Mike, keep track. Oh, they're going to get Baumgart with the foul.
It was an eventful 10 seconds there for Baumgart. She got the steal, then she got a little lazy on the pass and gave it back, and then she got called for the foul there.
You aren't kidding, though. You can't have either side, right? Lazy passes. They got to be crisp. They got to pop, because it's got to feel like there's 6 players on each side defensively, the way these two teams play on that end of the floor.
Yeah, the athleticism of girls basketball nowadays is so impressive. It has been just getting better and better every year.
Kayla Werner at the line. Yeah, it really has taken off, hasn't it? I mean, up and down the floor, they can run. Excellent skill sets as Werner 1 of 2. 11-6 Kaukauna lead.
Werner's only a 54% free throw shooter, so right about on her season average there to hit 1 out of 2. Werner had 19 rebounds in a game earlier this year against Minnetonka. That's doing some work if you're pulling down 19 in a game.
Yeah, that was a big win. That was just I think December 3rd win for Hortonville over at, that was actually at Hopkins High School in Hopkins, Minnesota, part of a what was that? The Breakdown Tip-Off Classic. Hortonville won that one 66-56. Minnetonka ranked 5th in Class 4A in Minnesota. That's the top division, like Division I here in Wisconsin. That's a nice win because I believe Hortonville trailed at the half in that one.
Yeah, that's a quality tournament. You're not going to face any easy games in that tournament.
No, and I think Hopkins might be number 1. At least they might be the defending Division I or Class 4A state champ. Wilson knocked away. See how fast that defense comes down the floor. And I remember thinking about that when the Kaukauna played Bayport back in November. There's no trips off. It doesn't matter what's going on. If there's a steal, they're flying. And I'm sure Joe Russum, the head coach, stresses that if you want to see action on the floor, you better play defense.
They're all playing defense tonight, Brett.
Good to see. Kinnis going to let it fly from deep, knocks it down. Already 7 points for Kinnis and an 8-point advantage now for the Ghosts.
And one of the first uncontested shots we've seen tonight. Quick catch and shoot there.
There's a 3 from the corner. That was number 35, Kira Funk. And count that basket, Wilson, her first field goal of the night, and a big one at that.
Nobody got a body on her, Brett. She just grabbed the offensive rebound and took it right to the basket.
Josie Dupstrom with the foul as Wilson now. She's got 4. And a big 3-point play cuts it down to 5.
A little too strong on the pass there from Kinnis.
Yeah, that game against Minnetonka with Hortonville, Minnetonka led 28-26 at the half, then the Polar Bears outscored Minnetonka 40-28. That actually came 2 days, Mike, after Hortonville routed Kimberly 59-29. So a couple nice back-to-back games.
That's a nice couple-day stretch there.
Yeah. 3 from the nope, that's going to be a little long. Offensive rebound and putback overlaid on that, and here come the Ghosts. Kinnis with the ball, already with 7 points for Kinnis.
Brett, it looks like the Kaukauna defensive strategy is to give Kira Funk that open shot in the corner.
Zarnicki, the rim not kind there on a little mid-range pull-up jumper. As Pepler looking for some space, guarded closely by Zarnicki. McCodlow from the corner, can't get it to fall.
Hortonville's getting some open looks from the corner. They're just not able to knock him down yet. Kinnis with the bright green shoes. Brett, you gotta love that.
Yeah, I don't think I could pull that off.
Wonder if she's if that's her Christmas Grinch look there with those green shoes. Does she wear those every game? I don't know.
Hey, good defense by Kira Funk. Made Kaukauna work on that possession, forcing the turnover. Hey, by the way, looking at got a score in. Nina Boys with a big win tonight, 72-45 over Wanakee. The Rockets in that. Is that Big 8 tournament down at Madison College? Is that what that is called?
The 608 Classic or something like that?
Yeah, they're going to play either La Crosse Central or Joliet West, Illinois in the championship game. Joliet, one of the top teams in Illinois, of course. La Crosse Central, I believe, one of the top-ranked teams in D2, so that's a great tournament. Rockets bouncing back nicely, the boys, I should say, after taking one on the chin against Wisconsin Lutheran. That was a game we streamed last week, Tuesday.
Yeah, that was that game opened a lot of eyes around the state. I mean, everybody knew Wisconsin Lutheran was good, but to do that to Nina.
It was almost, a 40-point game, or a 30-point game? Oh, there's another triple for the Ghosts. Eben now with a pair of triples and 6 points.
Yeah, and she's done a nice job clearing out the rebounds on the defensive end, too, so far tonight.
Little 15-footer missed by Pepler. They are getting good looks. Just a little cold are the Polar Bears, but you kind of wonder, does that Kaukauna defense, though, and that constant harassment, that constant pressure, make you maybe hurry a little bit too much, right?
Yeah, that's the natural instinct to think you have to get off every shot as quick as you can.
Look at that steal off the inbounds, and here comes Savannah Robinson. Passes it over Zarnicki. She thought about it. Back to Kinnis, who's been red hot. Rainbows one, rims out. And the Polar Bears coming back. Welson's going to spot up from 3, too strong. Rebound goes to the Polar Bears, and that's a big one for Michaela Werner. Her first field goal, she's got 3. A chance for the three-point play. Second chance opportunities there. Getting offensive rebounds.
And she is the leading rebounder for Hortonville this season, 8.2 per game, so not a surprise to see her crashing the glass.
Another turnover for the Polar Bears defense.
You know, there's unforced turnovers, and then there's turnovers that the defense forces, and it's all the latter tonight, Brett. They're getting their hands in the passing lane, both teams. They're quick on their feet. Just nothing comes easy.
2-3 zone right there, Mike, causing some issues for the Hortonville offense, and now another turnover. Zarnicki, she'll take it from there, won't she? She doesn't have to be towed up to the line. You watch that, the half court here for Kaukauna, Mike. Everybody is spread out real well. Looks like Kinnis might have taken a shot in the face. But everybody's moving. Nobody's standing still. Zarnicki can't get that one to fall, but that looked pretty good. Just rims out again.
Good patience for Kaukauna on offense, for sure.
And that's Michaela Werner attacking the rim. She'll go to the line.
Goes foul on number 2, Alexa Kinnis. First personal, 16 foul.
Called that one on Kinnis. I thought they might get Zarnicki for that one, which would have been her second foul.
30-second timeout by the Polar Bears. Their first 30-second timeout.
Polar Bears going to take a quick 30-second timeout. Gives me a chance to catch up here in the book. Yeah, looking at team fouls, already 16 fouls for Kaukauna, so 8-10 remaining in the first half, Mike, so free throws coming the rest of the way. Got a great deal right now on a digital subscription to the Post Crescent, any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites for the next 6 months. You can get all the benefits included with a digital subscription for just $1. That includes full access on your desktop, tablet, and mobile devices every day, exclusive subscriber newsletters that also includes the e-edition. Learn more details and sign up at postcrescent.com/subscribe. 6 months for $1. You can't beat it. Michaela Werner at the line, where she is 1 of 3 so far tonight. Make it 1 of 4. 3 of 7 for the Polar Bears so far from the line. And misses them both. Wow.
Yeah, neither team is shooting it real well from the line yet tonight. Hortonville won both games last season, Brett, against Kaukauna.
Yeah, and then the season before, I believe they split. I believe Hortonville won the nightcap, or that was a just January game, I think, back in 2021.
According to your game notes, the last time Kaukauna beat the Polar Bears was 60-50 on January 22nd, 2021 in Hortonville.
You trusting my game notes?
You don't make mistakes, Brett.
The older I get, the more I make.
I hear you there.
Father time, Mike, father time.
Undefeated. Just like these two teams on the court tonight. Father time, undefeated. Nice free throw stroke there by Keenis. She's a 78% free throw shooter, so she's confident at the line.
Yeah, 9 points already. McCodlow can't get one to fall. She's had a few good looks already from three-point range. Just can't get it to find the bottom of the rim. Got to keep shooting, though, Mike, right?
Absolutely. As long as they're good looks, as long as you're not forcing anything, both coaches will say, if you're open, take the shot.
Good defense in the post, and a nice job for the Ghosts not to force it and kick it back out. That was Baumgart who had it, number 4, down on the block. Just had no room and reset. Good patience by Kaukauna. Good defense. Yeah, that's off of Baumgart, and you could see number 13 for the Polar Bears, Michaela Werner, forcing that turnover. A lot of turnovers on both sides, but not surprised based on how aggressive these two defenses play.
You mentioned it earlier. Just watching Keenis move without the ball, just constantly in motion. Of course, she is a cross-country standout and a track and field standout as well, so not surprising. But
you mentioned a four-sport standout, actually,
yeah,
right?
also plays a little bit of golf, too.
Why not throw a 5th one in there, Alexa, huh? As Werner can't get that one to fall off the glass.
She could be a great pinch runner for the softball team in the spring,
could be, yeah.
in addition to running track.
There's Zarnicki. Good find by Robinson, and Zarnicki knocks it down. Zarnicki, that's her first bucket of the night, and it's a 3-pointer. And look at this, Mike, an 11-point lead for Kaukauna.
As you said, Zarnicki 30 points the other night. Before that, she had 18 and 12 the 2 games before that, so she's been scoring well lately.
Codlow blocked, but off of Kaukauna. Speaking of, wasn't there a Wittenberg-Burnhamwood kid recently on the girls' side that played 5 sports? I thought we mentioned her in our Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Awards show.
We did, yes. Now you're putting me on the spot
Yeah,
to remember her name, but she was a 5-sport athlete. There's a break in the defense for Kaukauna, leading to an easy layup.
Yeah, Pepler with the bucket. She's got 4 and a much-needed basket at that. But can you imagine playing 5 sports in high school?
I played 3. That was enough. I couldn't have done 5.
5 sports.
I couldn't find 5 sports I'm good enough at to play.
I can't find one.
Come on.
Good ball movement again. Just can't get that one to fall. It was a nice look by Josie Jupstrom, and right back to the Ghost. And Kinnis with the good hands. Kicks it back out. Robinson's going to let it fly. Too strong. And look at Kinnis skying for that rebound. Knocked away, and here comes Pepler. 1-on-1, now 2-on-1 if she wants it. And that's going to be a travel. That was good defense. She kind of caught really nowhere, and
yeah, I think she was thinking about passing it out to the wing there, and then decided to take it herself. But she had already picked up the dribble.
9-point lead for the Ghosts as we look at our Cellcom, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Appreciate those checking in on a wintry night. Mike, winter is here.
It can go away anytime.
Yeah, I thought maybe we would get a reprieve, but then we got a few inches of snow, and now it's going to get bitter cold. Nice bounce pass. Can't get it to fall was Taryn Christopher, and McCodlow now has it. McCodlow going to let it go again and finally gets one to fall, and that's what I'm saying, right? She's too good of a player, and they're going to start falling for McCodlow here at some point, and there's her first 3-pointer of the night. She's got 5, again going to Lynn University next season where they don't have winter. Yeah, it's going to get bitter cold now coming up, so I guess winter is here to stay.
It can stay cold until New Year's Eve, but then it's got to get warm.
Wow. How about that little fadeaway for Kinnis, Mike? And she's red hot.
She's smooth with the basketball and without the basketball.
11 points for Kinnis, says Werner, and she's going to get called for the travel. Another turnover. Yeah, unfortunately, after New Year's is really when we get into the deepness of winter. But you know the good thing about winter, though? Starting December 22nd, the days start getting a little bit longer.
You know what else is good? I'm going to Arizona in January to see my son. So
there you go.
So little midwinter break for me.
Absolutely. Good for you. Beautiful Arizona. Nice feed to Zarnicki. And a good finish.
Real nice give and go there.
Excellent team basketball, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't matter. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, already 5 kids who have scored for the Ghosts. They got players that can hurt you everywhere. Nice 3 for Werner. And a good answer, and a much-needed bucket again for the Polar Bears, down 7. 6 points for Werner.
Shots are starting to fall a little bit now. There's
Here
another
comes
turnover.
Wilson. She's going to try to take it all the way up, and good right off the turnover. Wilson now with 6. And a quick 5-0 run cuts that deficit down to 5. fast-moving first half, just 3:17 remaining in this game. Battle of top 5 teams in the state. Actually, we're going to see, we have 2 Varsity Game of the Week live streams coming up next week. And we're going to see Hortonville, these girls, next Friday night as they host the Rockets. Another turnover. This time Pepler, little hesitation and up and in. And look at this, Mike. In the blink of an eye, it's a 7-0 run down to a 3-point game.
And almost another steal.
Zarnicki, good. Boy, you can't leave her alone at all. That's 8 points and a pair of triples, and that stops that 7-0 run.
She's so confident in her shot.
Oh, tough pass to Werner, and right away Robinson gets the feed up left hand and good, and now we have a run for the Ghosts.
Impressive left-handed layup there by Robinson.
Robinson, a good athlete, a good family of athletes. Now Kinnis with the steal. Little hesitation, tough off the glass. Wow, tough angle. And is that a 7-0 run right back for the Ghosts, and it's back up to a 10-point game as the Polar Bears now going to burn another timeout. Can't keep up.
Now momentum can change so fast with the way these teams play defense. Stealing a layup, you can just shift the momentum so quickly.
But I was going to say Savannah Robinson, her brother Jack Robinson, the talented running back for Appleton North, and then of course her brother Carter Robinson, former quarterback standout for the Lightning, now at Augustana College, I believe. So that's a good set of athletes there in the Robinson family.
Absolutely.
I'm going to say Savannah, though, the best basketball player of the bunch. How about that?
You don't know that for sure.
I don't.
But she's certainly impressive tonight.
Yeah, I feel like in some ways she's the glue of this team. She really just kind of runs it well and doesn't force anything, sets up teammates, plays great defense, has those long arms. And Welson from the top, strong, and rebound to Christopher and the Ghosts. Now Robinson bringing it up all the way to the wing, back up to Robinson, and the Ghosts will run some offense here with under 2 minutes to play. Christopher blocked. Nope, she was fouled and will go to the line.
She didn't have much of an opening there, Brett, but she was determined to get to the basket or draw the foul.
Callie Pepler, that's her second personal. Wondering if AC Clothier will want to take her out of the game, but so far going to keep her in is Taryn Christopher. Good on the first free throw. That's 3 points for Christopher. And Mike, I believe this 11-point lead, does that match the high, or is that the high?
I think that is the high. I think 10 was the biggest. And that's the gamble if you take Pepler out right now, is 11-point deficit could turn into 15 or 16 by the half.
Yeah. With a minute 45, that's a ton of time the way these two teams play. Welson, little rainbow, mid-range pull-up. Smooth player, 8 points for Welson.
The Ghosts wanted to travel there, but I don't think she moved her pivot foot before she made the move to the hoop.
Baumgart with the miss, and McCodlow now with the ball. And look at Kinnis anticipating. Wow! Up and scoop shot. Good! What anticipation for that steal, and then the athleticism to bring it up, an acrobatic scoop shot off the glass to finish.
Yeah, just having somebody that quick and athletic out at the top of your defense creates so many problems for the offense.
Pepler, and good.
Good answer for the Polar Bears and Pepler there.
Good baseline move. That's 8 points for Pepler. Kinnis with 15. I was going to say, with 40 seconds to go, do you hold for the last shot? No way with this team. I've gotten burned on that way too many times.
I think if you get an open look, you take it. Kinnis' season high is 28, Brett, so she's already more than halfway there.
10 seconds to go here, and the Ghosts will start to look for that last shot of the half. Kinnis with 15 points, little move, wow, and almost with a great finish and a little contact there. I think AC Clothier looking at the official along the baseline, wanting a foul, but the refs say no, and that is how the first half comes to a close as we take a breath. That's I'm still not used to that pace as we transition to the basketball season.
Yeah, we like that 40-second play clock in between plays during a football game, right?
A little bit slower pace for sure, but hey, I love being warm in the gym, love all this great basketball that we see both on the boys and girls side, and it's going to be a fun season to follow along for sure. It's halftime here at Kaukauna High School, and a quick look at our Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard shows the Ghosts leading the Polar Bears in this battle of top 5 teams. We'll talk more about tonight's game and what we have coming up digitally at USA Today Network Wisconsin after this short break.
From the top of the 222 building on College Avenue in downtown Appleton, it's Varsity Roundtable. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricardo Arguello.
Welcome back to Kaukauna High School. And again, as we look at our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard, we see the home Ghosts, ranked 5th in the state, up 9 over the 3rd-ranked Hortonville Polar Bears. Doing a little halftime contest here off the glass. Nope. It's a lot of pressure here with a lot of people watching, Mike.
One shooter from each grade level, freshman through senior, and the 4 shots taken, 1 went in. Nice bank shot went in. Griffin Boucher, I think they said, was the junior who made the shot.
Again, thanks to our sponsors, Cellcom. Switch to Cellcom. Save $650 per line, plus save $200 on all smartphones and get a free smartwatch with a new smartphone line activation. Learn more at cellcom.com/holiday. Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS0922 at sbcglobal.net. Last thing I want to do, Mike, is plug USA Today Sports Plus. That's the new sports app that puts the fans first. Get the latest scores, stats, and standings, and enjoy interactive experiences with our award-winning sports writers. Download USA Today Sports Plus from the Apple or Google Play stores today. USA Today Sports Plus, fan harder. Got some things coming up before the holiday break, Mike. Anything big as far as what folks can look towards? You got all the all-area teams out now, right?
Yeah, the all-area volleyball team, girls volleyball team, all-area football team, both ran within the last week. Ella Dimitrition for Appleton North was our Post-Crescent Girls Volleyball Player of the Year, and Ethan Doucette from Kimberly, the state champion Kimberly Papermakers, was the Football Player of the Year. Check those out at postcrescent.com, both of those stories. Huge list, not just the Player of the Year, but it's also the all-area team as well. So you can check out which players from throughout the Post-Crescent coverage area made the all-area teams. Ricardo mostly does the selecting for those teams with some input from others, of course. And I think it's always a tough decision because we have so many good athletes in our area. But I think he did a good job again this year, picking those teams.
We're also in the midst of the unveiling of our fall nominees as part of the Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Awards show that's going to take place in the spring. Date time and site yet to be announced. Same with the featured speaker. But go to any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Click on the sports link, like postcrescent.com. Go to sports, and you'll see. Actually, you can even take it deeper than that. You can go to the Varsity link, and then within that, at the top of the site, is the Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Awards Show link. Then you can see all of the stories that have come out so far as the unveiling of our fall nominees. But kind of getting that going and shifting our focus to winter, and we'll announce those nominees, I guess, in March, right? Have our spring nominees, our Premier Award nominees, all that stuff. We're cranking it up again. Looking forward to a great springtime show as we honor so many of the state's top athletes, coaches, and teams in 10 markets, not just the Fox Valley, talking about Green Bay, Appleton, Oshkosh, and Fond du Lac, but we have our Lakeshore friends, the Manitowoc, Sheboygan markets, and then our Central Wisconsin friends, Wausau, Stevens Point, Wisconsin Rapids, and Marshfield. That's a lot of high schools and a lot of athletes to keep track of.
It sure is. It's a tough job to narrow it down. We wish we could invite everybody. We wish we could invite all the athletes to that show, but there are space limitations, so we have to narrow it down and make some difficult decisions. Just know that anybody who does get invited is more than deserving, and then we understand there's a lot of athletes out there who maybe just didn't quite make the final list who are also deserving, and it's difficult, it's gut-wrenching, and we put a lot of time and effort into that, a lot of discussion to come up with our lists of the nominees and eventually the winners of the awards. But it's a great night. Last year, of course, at the Lambeau Field Atrium with Packers first-round draft pick Quay Walker is our special guest, and we've had some great guests through the years, and no doubt we'll have a great guest again coming up this year. Yeah,
looking forward to it, and I think that's a great point. So many deserving athletes, and a lot of those athletes still got their accolades, right? I mean, all conference and all state, honorable mention, all that good stuff.
Well, the funny thing, Brett, I was at state football down at Camp Randall, and I can't remember who I was talking to, but he made a comment about that was like his first time covering state football in it was a lot of years, because he just didn't have any good football teams in his coverage area. And then we think about how blessed we are here. It's whether it's football, basketball in the winter, softball in the spring, track and field, you name the sport. We are so blessed, not just in the Fox Valley, but as you said, in all of our 10 markets, to have championship caliber teams, state champion caliber athletes. That it's just a blessing for us to be able to cover all these athletes and to be able to honor them with that award show or the all area teams, whatever it may be. But we don't take it lightly. It's a responsibility that we cherish and enjoy, but it's a lot of difficult decisions to be made.
Absolutely, and Ricardo and I talk about it a lot too. This area doesn't take a backseat to anybody in the state of Wisconsin, the Fox Valley, Northeast Wisconsin region, and even some of what we see in the Central Wisconsin markets as well. But it's a hotbed. It's really exploded in really the last 10 plus years, I would say. It's really kind of taken over, I think, as a power in the state of Wisconsin as far as high school athletics goes.
Well, we said it before the game that this was the game of the night in girls basketball in the state. It seems like every time we do a live stream, we're saying it's the game of the night in the state, and because it is.
Yeah.
That's not, we're not.
Not hyperbole.
Exactly. We're not unnecessarily blowing these games up to be bigger than they are. We're just that blessed with that many good athletes and that many good teams in our area that almost every time we do a stream, it's the game of the night in the state. 3 against 5 next week. As I said, next Friday we're going to do Hortonville girls and Neenah. Right now that would be 2 versus 3 in the state. That's the game of the night. Tuesday night we're going to do De Pere boys at Kimberly. De Pere ranked #1 in the state, a powerhouse this year. Everybody's basically back from that great team last year. They did lose a few guys, but led by Johnny Kinziger, but he's not the only one. They've got a talented lineup there.
He's got a younger brother and who's lighting it up. So yeah, we that's going to be fun. Of course, Kimberly's always solid, and have to check out maybe some of the Northeastern Conference. That Freedom girls are dynamite, ranked they were #1, right? They got beat by Waupun, though, I saw the other night.
Correct.
So Waupun probably becomes, #1 in Division III?
Well, Waupun's, of course, the defending state champion, so
yeah,
just a talented team.
Boys side, I'm looking at Xavier boys are very good. Might have to try to get them in. Northeastern Scott Little Chute boys are off to a great start, and FBL. Maybe that's a matchup at some point down the line. So a lot of good stuff. Should be a fun winter season without that. That's just basketball. A lot of great wrestlers, gymnastics, swimming, all that. Hockey, boys and girls hockey.
Yeah, new venue this year for state hockey. They've it's not at the Alliance Energy Center anymore. It's going to be out in Middleton.
Okay, good.
So last time I was in Madison, I actually took a little side trip and drove over to Middleton to check out the new hockey facility where the state tournament's going to be. It looks like, I know it gets rave reviews as a good facility.
Good. Looking at the first half scoring for the Ghosts, Christopher with 3, Kinnis with 15, Robinson 4, Eben 6, Zarnicki 8. For the Polar Bears, Welson 8, Werner 6, McCodlow 5, and Pepler with 8. Kaukauna will start the second half with the basketball. Again, thanks to everyone joining us tonight. I'm Brett Christopherson. We got our pinch hitter, Mike Sherry, hanging out with us again tonight. Zarnicki going to take one, and it's just little English on that one, Mike.
I feel like I got to dye whatever hair I have red because you always call me Rusty Staub.
Rusty Staub. I wonder if anybody watching tonight knows that reference, huh?
We're old, Brett. That's a reference that probably you and I are the only two that get.
Mike, I prefer to say we're middle-aged.
Okay, that works.
Rosie knows it, though. He knows who Rusty Staub is.
Nice backdoor cut and pass.
Boy, Kinnis, Mike, she finishes everything.
A good look by Zarnicki to get her the ball.
A kind of danger zone right away here in this first minute for the Polar Bears, but now down 13. 2 quick buckets.
I tell you, St. Cloud State is getting a good one with Zarnicki. She can do it all.
There's a pass from Zarnicki to Robinson. Wide open, but Pepler has it. See if the Polar Bears can make a run. Robinson, a good defense against Welson. Pepler a little long on that deep 2 look. Now Kinnis.
Nice.
Yeah, she'll give it to Robinson. Kinnis now with 17 points.
She had Baumgart flashing back door open underneath the hoop. Might have been a risky pass, but I think she could have got it there. But when you're up 13, there's no reason to force any passes.
Kaukauna doesn't force much, do they? There's a 3. Ooh, strong, but a good look by Josie Eben. Deep 3 for Welson. Gets it to fall. Nothing but net. 11 points for Welson and down to a 10-point game, or back to a 10-point game. Baumgart with the miss. But look at Robinson with those quick hands. Just steals it right back. Zarnicki from the elbow. No good. Rebound. Werner has it, and now Welson's going to bring it up. Good pass, good hands by Pepler underneath, and a good finish. And Pepler with 10.
Yeah, Werner is kind of that glue player for Hortonville. She chases down the loose balls, grabs the rebounds, does a little bit of everything.
Just like that, it's a 13-point game, back down to 8, and now Baumgart tells me to be quiet. It's back to an 11-point lead for the Ghosts. Green light for so many of these kids, right? If you're open, take it.
Right.
Wilson kicks it back out. 3 from the wing. That's McCodlow. She's got 2 triples and 8 points now. Good patience going against that zone.
Good job there by Wilson to tie up the ball, and possession goes over to Hortonville. Yeah, you said it though, Brett. I mean, as long as you're taking open shots, good shots, coaches aren't going to, for the most part, aren't going to have any problem with those.
I feel like this 8-point deficit for Hortonville, that's nothing.
No. I
mean, it just moments ago was a 13-point deficit, already back down to 8, and a chance to trim that back down again, except look who's there again, right? Alexa Kinnis, another steal and another layup. I'd love to know the percentage of buckets she gets off of her own steals. And there's another steal. Nope, it's going to stay with the Polar Bears. Triple teamed in the post, back out to Wilson from the corner, and that's a good find. Wilson now with 6 points this half. Mike, again, patience in the post, not forcing that. Find your shooter from the corner, and that's a big triple.
She's up to 14 now for the game after a slow start.
Got a couple threes this half to start for Wilson. She's guarding Robinson and forces the turnover. And Wilson's going to bring it up. 3-on-2. Vice bounce pass. Patience by Pepler to find McCodlow. McCodlow, little jumper. It's good. And look at this. 6-point game. Or check that, a 5-point game.
5 point, yeah. And Joe Russell's going to take a timeout here.
30-second timeout.
Well, you said it. It can happen so fast. Both teams are using their defense to create offense.
Give Hortonville credit, Mike, because Kaukauna comes out up 9, gets 2 quick buckets. All of a sudden, it's a 13-point game. You think, whoa, you better stymie this pretty fast or this could get out of control. And a few minutes later, it's down to a 5-point game. Like you said, defense forcing turnovers, a couple big threes by Wilson. And now we got a ball game here with 14 minutes still to go in this game.
And what I like is both teams do it. When they get a turnover or they make a play on defense, they push the ball. You know, they're not turning the other team over and then slowly walking the ball up the court. They're using that, you know, that turnover to force the issue, to create some momentum. The transition ball that both teams like to play. Tell you one thing though, Brett. I guarantee you, we can't bet on high school sports, but I'll bet all my money that when the All FEA team comes out at the end of the year, Alexa Kinnis will be on the All Defensive team.
I think that's a good assumption, yeah.
So impressive.
Baumgart, good look, and a nice rebound by Wilson, and now here she comes again, fast down the floor, and that's going to be a turnover. Yep. Little miscommunication. Actually, Wilson saying that was her.
Yeah, I think Werner was expecting Wilson to maybe take it in a little deeper than she did, and she did that little jump stop and turn the pass, and Pepler wasn't ready for it.
Got Kinnis, D1 basketball offers from Eastern Illinois, Loyola University of Chicago, and UW Green Bay. Mentioned part of that Kaukauna girls cross-country team that finished 3rd in D1 this past fall. And heck of a track athlete, placed, 4th in the 400-meter dash, 5th in the 800-meter run, 9th in the triple jump, last spring's state track meet. Zarnicki can't get that one to fall. Wilson with another box out and a rebound.
Yeah, she's done a nice job this half of boxing out and grabbing those rebounds.
Is that another triple for McCodlow?
Yeah, another one from McCodlow.
Look at this, Mike. Down to a 2-point game. It was just a 13-point deficit a few minutes ago. McCodlow already with 8 points this half. 13 on the night. We got a wrestling match now going on across the floor. That's the 3rd three-pointer by McCodlow.
Her season high, Brett, is 16. She's been in double figures 4 of the 8 games they've played with 16 as a high. So
good-looking player, and Lynn University getting a nice athlete. Speaking about athletes, McCodlow quietly with 13 points. Kinnis puts it on the floor and gets that one to fall. Another finish at the rim. Everything by the rim it's a done deal when she gets that spot on the floor. Oh, they're going to wave off the basket. Yeah. Okay.
I was wondering. It looked like the contact was when she was driving to the hoop.
Just the first foul this half. Funk gets called for the foul.
Tough shot by Christopher there.
Is that Christopher?
Yeah. Drove to her right, went off the glass.
Well, that's a big offensive rebound by number
Stewart.
15, yeah. Jada Stewart, a 5'8" senior center. 3 for the lead. Paige Lilly. And look at this. Just like that, the Polar Bears now in front. Open the second half. 2 quick buckets by the Ghost gave Kaukauna a 13-point edge. And I think, whoa, almost. Wilson almost falling on Kinnis, and good job by Wilson to avoid that contact. That could have been scary, but a foul will go against Rainey Wilson, her first.
Yeah, those are just two really good athletes, two really good players just fighting for the ball. Hortonville getting a nice spark off the bench from a couple players here in the last few minutes.
And Mike, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 second half threes for the Polar Bears. And that's how you melt a 13-point deficit. Defense and hitting the threes. Zarnicki blocked by Pepler. Oh, they're going to say a foul. That'll be Pepler's third.
Pepler thinks she got all ball. AC Clothier thinks the same thing.
So Zarnicki with 10 points. First trip to the free throw line for Zarnicki, and the Ghosts suddenly down by a point.
Folks, check out postcrescent.com later tonight after the game for a photo gallery of this game. Bill Glasheen from the Post Crescent is here shooting photos.
Yeah, I see him over there.
Currently not shooting photos. He's
watching some
just
action.
Looks to be watching the game and not doing any work, but
he can't believe how fast the Polar Bears trimmed a 13-point deficit into a 1-point lead. Hey, there's Bill Glasheen. There's actually Nate Werner right in front of him, the athletic director. But yep, Bill, one of the best in the biz, Mike.
As is Mr. Werner.
Yes, no doubt about it.
Nate came over and looked at Bill and said, "Hey, Bill, do some work, huh?"
He's getting him. Nate's making everybody work tonight,
everybody's
right?
got to work. No free rides here at Kaukauna, not with Nate in charge.
Yeah, he's excellent athletic director. We're talk about excellent athletes that we get to see. We got a lot of excellent ADs that we get to work with. Steele, Savannah Robinson kicks it back out. Zarnicki, that looks good, and it is. Barely touches net. 5 points for Zarnicki this half.
From our angle, that looked good all the way. That was just quick shot, got it up quick.
13 for Zarnicki. Looks like we have a foul against the Ghosts. Now that we're kind of in this position, Mike, with 10:33 to go, one possession game, I suspect this is going to go back and forth the rest of the way, and that's what we want. That's what we expect.
Absolutely.
Between two of the best going at it. Hortonville doing a good job spreading the floor as well. Nice extra pass to McCodlow, who's been hot, and finally misses one. Here comes Zarnicki. Robinson, nope. And the Ghosts will set up their offense. Kinnis thought about it. Oh, nice cut to the rim. I thought Kinnis was going to get that one to fall. A rare miss, actually, with a tough angle. Loose ball, but Pepler has it. Guarded closely by Zarnicki. And they get out quickly on Wilson. And now the Polar Bear is going to set things up. And they're going to get Zarnicki with the block. That'll be Zarnicki's team second. And you can see AC Clothier trying to help the official there call that block call.
Yeah, Zarnicki was coming to close out on the shot there, and she just got a little too close and couldn't stop herself, I think.
There's a good look at AC Clothier. We'll talk about him in a moment as well. Good to see him back in the area. Spent some time at the college ranks. Pepler, I just find that soft spot in the defense, Mike, and did the right thing. I think she wanted that baseline cut. It wasn't there, and just dribbled in a few more steps, about a little 10-footer, and we're tied up. Pepler with 12 points here, 4 in this half. Robinson, little jumper, 16 feet, gets it to fall. She'll pick her spots, and she'll make you pay, too. Savannah Robinson, 6 points, 3 buckets tonight.
Well, she's averages 11 points a game, and she's been in double figures five times this season already, so she's more than capable of scoring.
Good defensive rebound by Addison Baumgart. Now the Ghosts looking to add to this 2-point lead. Robinson, they're letting her open, and she gets it to fall in, using every bit of that rim. Mike, you got to close out.
Yeah. Every time Hortonville makes a run, so far Kaukauna's been able to answer back.
Werner from 3. Can't get that one to fall. Nice offensive rebound by Wilson, and she's fouled. Good box out by Wilson. She'll go to the line.
Eben got the foul and might have taken a little elbow to the mouth as well.
Eben with a pair of fouls. Both teams with 3 fouls apiece. Yeah, I want to AC Clothier, Mike, familiar face to Fox Valley High School sports followers, right? Wilson good on the first. Former Xavier coach.
Had a lot of success at Xavier for sure.
Yeah, before jumping up to the collegiate level, he had served as a women's basketball assistant at the University of St. Thomas, which I believe he played. I think he went there. I want to say he might have even played football there for the Tommies. And then to Concordia University in Mequon. He's an 06 Xavier graduate, but led the Hawks to a pair of state tournament appearances, including a state runner-up finish. Lost to Whitewater back in 16. Or 2015, I should say. Of course, Clothier replaces Celeste Ratka, who was sensational in her 6 seasons leading Polar Bears. 4 straight state tournament appearances, 125 and 33 record for Coach Ratka. I wonder if she's watching tonight. If she is, hope you're well, Celeste. But good to see AC back.
Yeah, and it's different not seeing Celeste on the sideline.
Yeah.
We're so used to seeing her down there.
Goes foul number 4, Addison Mungard, third personal, 4th team. In for the Polar Bears, number 22, Callie Petler.
See if I can get the fouls correct here on our Coonies Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard, Cellcom scoreboard. McCodlow gets it to fall, rattles in. Deep 3 for McCodlow, and Mike, we're tied up again. But that's a nice find for Sam England and the athletic director at Hortonville. When you have an accomplished coach, Celeste Ratka, former standout at Hortonville and UW Green Bay, all of a sudden there's AC Clothier there who's got high school experience, successful high school experience, leading Xavier back in the day, and then has, 6 seasons of college basketball experience on top of that. So that's a good find for the Polar Bears. He's a heck of a head coach.
Well, we've talked about it.
Baumgart now with a triple.
A lot of talented players in this area, a lot of talented athletic directors in this area, and of course there's a lot of great coaches around here too.
Joe Russum on the other side. We haven't even talked about his resume, right? Leading Appleton North to back-to-back Division I state titles in 17 and 18. 180 and 70 record at Appleton North. That three-pointer a little off. 3rd season with the Ghosts, and he's building Kaukauna now into a state power. 3, no good by Josie Jupstrom.
Yeah, Russum's got a young roster, but I think only one senior. I think Zarnik is the only senior on the varsity.
Yeah, so 2 excellent head coaches here going at it as well with state-level experience. Full timeout coming.
Not only do they start 3 sophomores, they have 4 freshmen on the roster as well for Kaukauna.
Yeah, you think Joe Russum winning a couple state titles. You got AC Clothier with a state runner-up and a couple of state tournament appearances. So they know what it takes to win these big games. And we got a big game here, 58-55. Ghosts with the lead as we look at our Cellcom Coonies Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Gives me time, again, to plug our digital subscription deal, 6 months for $1. You can't go wrong with that, Mike. Come on.
That's a great Christmas present right there. If you haven't bought your Christmas gifts yet, 6 months for $1.
Yeah, it's the only way you can get premium content. A lot of what Ricardo posts and writes is premium only, subscriber-only content. So if you're a big high school sports fan, that 6 months takes you almost past the spring season as well. So get in on that right now, 6 months for $1. Also, we're going to be back at it next Tuesday for a non-conference boys basketball matchup as Kimberly hosts top-ranked De Pere. That's going to be a great one. Live coverage will tip off at approximately 7:15 p.m. And you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. So 2 Varsity Game of the Week live streams for us before we hit the holiday break. De Pere and Kimberly next Tuesday in a boys game. And then, of course, we'll see the Hortonville girls taking on Allie Zabel and Nina next Friday night. 2 great games coming up. Oh, wow. Wow. That Kinnis missed that shot. She can't believe it. And now you have 5-on-4. 3-pointer for the Polar Bears, no good.
Sometimes you make that move to the basket and you're expecting contact or expecting defense, and
she probably wasn't expecting to see that wide open of a path to the rim.
Right. Brett, you mentioned Keenis has an offer from UW Green Bay. Kevin Borseth, UWGB coach, is in the crowd here tonight.
Oh, yeah, where do you see him at?
Up on the top, right across from us on the top, wearing his GB.
Oh, sure, there he is.
GB sweatshirt.
You can't miss that. There he is, Kevin Borseth, yeah.
I'm sure he's liking what he's seeing from several of these players tonight.
He might offer everybody. After the game, can I speak about 8 or 9 different players, please?
Do you think he's dreaming of Alexa Kinnis's speed on on his defense?
He's got a nice team again at Green Bay, and again, a lot of local talent there, right? We've got, of course, Maddie Schreiber from Kimberly. You got Sydney Levy now from Appleton North. Is Haley Oski, is she still there? I think she is from Seymour.
I believe I heard the other day she's taking a little bit of a leave of absence from the team right now.
Oh, okay.
But you have Callie Genke from Freedom.
Oh, right, yeah.
Is playing there as well.
He's built a power by tapping into the Fox Valley market with a lot of kids. They just beat the Badgers the other night.
Not just the Fox Valley, but certainly the entire state. He does a good job of keeping state players home.
That's got to be nice on the recruiting budget, right? If you don't have very far to travel, you got all this great talent here within an easy drive for Coach Borseth, no doubt about it.
Yeah. You love to see the state talent stay home. Of course,
Well, that takes you into the.
Allie Zabel's going to UConn, and you got KK Arnold from Germantown going to UConn, and you'd love to see those players get that opportunity as well, and they've certainly earned it. But
I'd like to see them stay here, wouldn't you though, if you could? But heck, how do you turn down a UConn, right?
Well, you can't. I mean, if Gino Oriema comes calling, you listen. But what it's going to take, Brett, is it's going to take a class of girls, 2 or 3 really elite prospects, all from the same class, to say we're going to go to Marquette, or we're going to go to Wisconsin, or we're going to put those programs on the map.
Yeah.
Like I said, you don't begrudge anybody for going to UConn or anywhere they want to go. It's a personal decision, and you respect what they decide. But you'd also love to see the great players in the state stay home.
Great feed from Zarnicki to Christopher. Nicely done by the Ghost to break that pressure. Yeah, I agree. But that's a nice pipeline for Gino Oriema. I'm wondering if we'll see him in the stands at some point this season doing a Nina game, as Makalo can't get that one to fall.
We had heard rumors that he was definitely going to be at some games this year. Now that Allie is already committed, maybe he doesn't make that trip, but who knows?
Yeah, he might. Yeah, maybe he sends an assistant or something just to kind of keep tabs here and there. I don't know. Or maybe not. Hey, I got her. Well, she can always change her mind.
Exactly.
Mike,
you
right?
got to with the transfer portal and recruiting the way it is now. There's no sure. Even after they sign on the dotted line, there's no sure thing. So
that transfer portal's a mess. My goodness.
It's a great thing for the athletes, but there needs to be some kind of oversight on that.
Jeez, it's a free-for-all right now. 5-point game here. Anybody's ball game with 3:25 to go. Michaela Werner blocked. Oh! Baumgart, I think she'll get called for the foul. I think she thinks she got all ball, and you can hear the Kaukauna fans not happy about that call at all. That'll be her third.
And you can hear Joe Russum from up here. He's giving the ref an earful. I think he's saying the guy underneath the hoop didn't make the call, but you made that call from 30 feet away.
Yeah, check that. That's actually her 4th personal as Werner misses. Werner having a tough time from the free throw line tonight. 1 of 6 I have Werner right now.
Yeah, and we said it before, she's a 54% free throw shooter for the season, so she's going to need to knock a few of those down.
Almost a steal there. Good hustle by number 35, Kira Funk. Good game. Why not? Let's tie this one up and play a few more minutes, right? Why not? You got somewhere to go?
We don't want it to end, but I'm guessing the coaches want it to end quickly with them in the win.
Yeah. We like the close games. The coaches not so much.
Exactly.
Here's the thing now. You're up 5, and it's 3 minutes to go. Easier said than done against a pressure defense like Hortonville, but there's no rush, right? You can
there's
certainly
no rush,
melt the clock.
Yeah, but it's too early to completely take the air out of the ball. So if you get a layup, you take it. If you get an open shot, you take it. I think you just don't want to. You don't want to force one, and these girls have been really good all night about not forcing shots.
Oh, steal. Pepler.
That you don't want.
Pepler going to take it. Tough acrobatic shot. Can't get it to fall. And the Ghosts now have it. Robinson, a little pressure. Back to Baumgart. Crosses the time. Oh, nice feed. Baumgart to Zarnicki with the layup. 7 points this half for Zarnicki. 15 for the game. And now a 7-point lead. And we're going to get a foul on the Ghosts. I think so.
Ghost foul number 24, Alana Zarnicki. Third personal, 16 foul.
3 fouls on Zarnicki. 16 fouls now on Kaukauna. Just 3 against Hortonville with 2:14 to play.
Yeah, could make these final 2 minutes interesting for sure.
3 from the wing. Looked good off the hands. That was Funk. And we're going to get a foul against Wilson.
Good to see McCodlow get up after that. She hit the ground a little hard coming off that, trying to grab that rebound.
Brady Wilson, second personal, 4th team foul.
Zarnicki going right after Werner. Wow.
Kinnis.
Or Kinnis,
Yeah.
check that. Sorry, Kinnis. Yep. And it's a 3-possession game, 9-point lead. Polar Bears, do they have one more run in them? Kinnis now with 19 points for the Ghosts. And McCodlow, I think, wanting a foul there, looked a little upset that no whistle.
Polar Bear foul number 4, Brady Wilson, third personal, 15 foul.
Well, Brett, as we look to the last minute and 45 here, Kinnis is a 78% free throw shooter. Zarnicki's an 80% free throw shooter. Addison Baumgart shoots 72% at the line, and Robinson 73% at the line. So you get the ball in any of those hands, you feel pretty good about them able to maybe salt away the win with free throws.
Full timeout for Hortonville. You can see AC Clothier trying to set up a bunch of steals and maybe a few triples, and it's not out of the realm of possibility that could happen. The way these two teams can get hot and get on a run.
Yeah, we've seen it all night. Both teams have taken turns making runs. So
look at the Fox Valley Association. 3 teams right now ranked in the top 5 in Division I in this week's SwissSports.net State Coaches Poll. Neenah number 2, Hortonville number 3, Kaukauna number 5. Defending state champ Kettle Moraine number 1 right now. By the way, the Lasers, they have a very interesting non-conference game. That's December 28th. They're going to host Notre Dame, the back-to-back Division II state champ. So that should be some good basketball to watch over the holiday break.
speaking of good basketball, one of the best couple of days of the season is over at Christmas break when you have all those games at the Crest Center, the Sun Drop tournament and things. A lot of good matchups there every year, and it's a great venue to watch basketball. So if you're not doing anything between Christmas and New Year's, get up to the Crest Center and watch some of these teams play.
I actually got there once to watch a game. That's a beautiful facility.
Yeah, I've been up there quite a few times watching some high school games.
Yeah, it's a good setup.
And it's just all day, back-to-back games, a couple days in a row.
Kaukauna doing a good job. There's a double team. Nope, they're going to call a foul on Wilson. That will be her 4th. Good job by the Ghosts at going against that pressure, Mike, to take care of the basketball. Burn some clock. Now both teams with 6 fouls apiece. And near steal will stay with Kaukauna. Next time these two teams play, I got to check the schedules here. Be January 31st, Hortonville hosting the Ghost in round 2.
Might stream that one again, who knows?
Yeah, we'll see how things are going.
See how things are going.
Pepler now. Is that going to be her 5th? No, her 4th. So 7th team foul means bonus 3 free throws coming. Taryn Christopher at the line, 1-on-1 coming up. Christopher with 7 points. And misses the front end.
It's going to be hard for Hortonville to come back if Kaukauna makes free throws, but if they miss a few, anything can happen.
Oh. All right, so the initial baseline ref saying it was out on Kaukauna, but the other official said nope, I think it was tipped out of bounds by the Polar Bears, so Kaukauna now has to go against that pressure near steal. Kayla Werner close. A long minute and 6, isn't it?
It is torturous when you're ahead and you're trying to get the ball past half court and trying to beat the pressure defense and trying to milk the last minute of the clock. It's so nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking sitting up here. I can imagine being down on the court.
1 timeout remaining for Hortonville, a full for Kaukauna, 2 fulls and a 30 still in the bag for Joe Russum as he's talking things over with his crew.
I don't think the players get nervous the way coaches and fans do, though.
No,
they're just playing. They're just free flowing out there doing their thing, and I don't think they feel the nerves. I mean, here's a minute to go. Anything can happen here, but I think the coaches and the parents feel that stress a lot more than players do.
I used to talk about that with my boys and ask me, you ever get nervous out there? No, not really. And yet I, as a parent, are like biting my nails and willing them to try to make a good play or get a win, and it's just different because you have no control over the situation.
I know,
right?
Yeah. I mean, I know when I played, I was always nervous before the game, but it's whatever sport it was, as soon as the game started, it's like all the nerves went away, and then you're just playing.
You're just playing, and it's a lot easier to do something when you have control. Well, great job breaking the pressure. Zarnicki to Christopher. Zarnicki's had a few nice passes tonight. 11-point lead now for the Ghosts. And a turnover. Now if you're Kaukauna, you don't have to do anything with this basketball other than get it over the line and take care of it. There's Kinnis, though. How about Christopher finding her way for a couple buckets underneath, and good passing by Zarnicki. And that time Kinnis says the final timeout coming for AC Clothier and the Polar Bears. I think this one is all but official now, Mike.
Ted Davis would say it's in the bank and collecting interest. Was that Ted Davis?
Was that? Yeah.
I think that was Ted Davis's line. Yeah, good job by Kaukauna there, though, just to break the press and not just to get, we talked about it. Don't just get the ball over the line, and then hold it. If you can advance the ball and make one more pass and get an easy basket like they have, that's what you got to do, even if you're just trying to milk the clock. So good job to not just hold on to the ball there.
Interesting game, it was with Kaukauna having that big lead, and then within a few minutes, all of a sudden Hortonville has the lead. They never panicked, though. They didn't feel like this momentum was getting in the way of everything. Then they make a little runs, and I think what the interesting thing about Kaukauna, Mike, is it's not one player, it's not 2 players, it's not 3 players, it's not 4 players. It's like 6, 7, 8 players that can hurt you at any given time.
Well, and we talked about it. Three sophomores in the starting lineup, 1 senior on the roster. I mean, that's just a deep, talented team, and they had a bright future this year and a bright future in the next few years.
Oof, wow.
Speaking of a bright future.
Yeah, no kidding. Deep 3 by Rainey Wilson.
Another layup coming here for Christopher. She must have like put some invisible cream on herself at halftime because they've totally lost track of her 3 times in a row now.
10 points this half for Christopher, 13 on the night.
It's almost like hockey. It's like they pulled the goalie and forgot about Christopher down there.
5.1 seconds to go. A foul will put Michaela Werner at the line.
Goes foul number 0, Taryn Christopher. First personal, 17th foul.
Playing her role perfectly, though.
Well, and this is just a huge win for Kaukauna. They you get the feeling they knew they were good enough to win this game, but they knew they had to prove it. They knew they had to prove that they could beat a team like Hortonville.
I was going to ask you if this is a statement win for the young Ghosts. Now, yeah, they go against a team, right, Mike, a program that's really been established, so many state tournament appearances, and you come away with an 11-point victory. I think that's saying something.
Yeah, very impressive tonight for Kaukauna. Hortonville turned it over a little bit too much. Maybe didn't shoot it as well as they would have hoped. But you can credit Kaukauna with the reasons for that happening. Great defense. All 5 players on the court, not just Alexa Keenis, but everybody on the court played great defense, and just a really great effort by Kaukauna tonight.
I guess if you're AC Clothier, you got to tell your kids, hey, okay, we lost to one of the best teams in the state. Doesn't change anything for us, though, does it?
No, you go in and say, hey, we're still one of the best teams in the state. It just so happens a couple of the other best teams in the state are in the same conference as we are. So, that's just the way it's going to be. It's the FVA. Whether you're playing Hortonville, you're playing Appleton East, you're playing Oshkosh West. I mean, even Fond du Lac, Appleton West, they can give you a fight as well. So there's no easy games in the FVA, and Hortonville found that out tonight. And Kaukauna sure did arrive in a big way tonight.
Real deal, and I think we knew that for sure, but we'll see how round 2 goes at the end of January when these 2 teams play. We're going to see how it goes next Friday night when Hortonville has another big one. I believe that's the next game on the Polar Bears schedule. Yeah, they have a full week off to kind of stew over this one, and then you got to take on Al Isabel and the second-ranked Neenah Rockets. I don't think Hortonville's going to drop too many spots in the top 10. They'll probably drop maybe 2 or 3. You got to put Kaukauna now ahead of them. Maybe Kaukauna moves up 1 or 2 spots, but I think Hortonville very much deserves to be in the top 5, without a doubt. Maybe they switch spots. Who knows how this goes? But
yeah, without a doubt.
Well, I tell you what, Mike, I'm going to run down the scoring before we sign off. First for the victorious Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts, Christopher with 13, 10 coming in the second half, and a flurry right there at the end as Kaukauna did a good job of breaking the pressure. Kinnis, a game-high 21 points. Baumgart with 6, Robinson with 9, Eben with 6, and Zarnicki with 15. For Hortonville, Wilson finishes with a team-high 19, Werner with 6. Stewart finishes with 2. Did I say Werner with 7? Stewart with 2. McCodlow 16, 11 in the second half. Pepler with 12, and Lilly with 3. With the victory, Kaukauna improves to 8-0 overall, 5-0 now in the Fox Valley Association. Ghosts up next. They're at Kimberly, rivalry game next Thursday in a Fox Valley Association matchup. Tip-off is set for 7:30 p.m. Hortonville falls to 8-1 on the season, 4-1 in the FVA, and as I mentioned a few minutes ago, next game for the Polar Bears, they're home against Neenah next Friday. FVA matchup. Tip-off is set for 7:30 p.m. We are scheduled to stream that game. However, our next game, varsity game of the week, that's next Tuesday, boys non-conference matchup. We're going to see how that top-ranked De Pere squad looks as they take on Kimberly at Jack Whippet Court. Live coverage will tip off at approximately 7:15 p.m. And remember, you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. One more shout out to our sponsors, Cellcom. Switch to Cellcom and get up to $650 per line, plus save $200 on all smartphones and get a free smartwatch with a new smartphone line activation. Learn more at cellcom.com/holiday. And, of course, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. Mike, we got through it.
We didn't need Ricardo, did we?
Well, I'm not sure if we're going to. I'll have to check with Ricardo. I know he might have something going on next Tuesday night. So if you're willing and able, maybe we'll have you at Jack Whippet Court. We'll see how it goes. So in the meantime, we'll work on that in the coming days. But for Ricardo, who I know is watching somewhere, for Mike Sherry, our rusty Staub, for our secret weapon Sam, and the guy sitting next to him, Rosie, this is Brett Christopherson, signing off from Kaukauna High School, site of a great Fox Valley Association matchup between two of the top teams in the state in Division I. Round 1 goes to Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts with a 70-59 victory. Thanks for watching, everybody.